doing YouTube videos and stuff like that. And how's that process been for you? So I'm sure Claudia and even myself, even I could learn something from you because although we're doing pretty well in the business and everything, but I'm still not that active in social media even today. And so why don't you walk us a little bit through your process of how you when you started and how you have evolved over the years of doing this.
Sure. Well, I can definitely give it a try to explain them the best way. Well, first, I remember like in 2016, I started noticing there was a transition in business already. The way we were doing it was still working, but I noticed there was a little shift, and mostly in the English market, like in the American market, there was something way ahead of the Spanish business or market actually. So I noticed that there was a lot going on online, and no one was kind of like touching that. So then 2015 came, Facebook Live started coming out. 2016, it kind of blew. Everybody started like looking at Facebook Live. And then like these different platforms started like merging more into video marketing. I noticed there was a trend, and that trend was actually video, live videos where anybody could just expose and bring some content. But I didn't know, like it was just a puzzle thrown on a table. I knew there was something there, but I didn't have it like figured out. I had to start putting the pieces together. So I started joining like different challenges where they would video challenges to kind of like get you a little bit your skills up. People get to know you. It has a lot to do with branding yourself, understanding what's your brand, and we are the brand. Like our company or product is not the brand. That's what we sell, but that's what we can give people. But we need to understand branding, marketing, creating, expanding, creating an audience, and all this stuff was like all new to me. So I was a bit at the beginning. I was hesitant. Like I noticed it was already happening in the English market, but I didn't see anybody of us doing it. So I was like, maybe it's really not for this market. Maybe it's not for network marketing. But I saw, I started following different coaches and different trainers. Cesar Rodriguez. I saw Ray Higdon when he was doing his videos in his Tesla. Um, all this stuff was happening already when he was doing Periscope, and I noticed there was like a trend. Then come Tanya Liza, then come, John and Nadia Melton, and like all these people that when I started looking behind that, who are these people? These are top earners. Like these are people who are crushing it, and they promote. They're straightforward network marketing. So I noticed that I said, this is the industry I'm in. This is the profession I'm in, network marketing, but I have no clue. I don't know. I don't even know how to start a live video because in 2016 I was very nervous. So then a friend of mine, Jose Birdie, invited me to a 30-day video challenge with this couple called Mike and Michelle Lee. They started what they call a program. It's called the Matrix, but it's the Matrix of video live videos. I joined the challenge just to get my name out there, to have exposure, but it was just like throwing mud on the wall and see whenever it sticks. There wasn't a direction of I want to help you grow your marketing image. It was just exposing myself. So you get exposure. I learned the term exposure. I learned about growing the audience. I learned about all these principles and basics. And then along came 2017. I started breaking down more terms. So now I got to identify my niche. Now I got to have a target market. And I'm like, all these words were completely new to me. Like I had no clue what these meant because we weren't trained for that. So little did you know, it went so fast that we had to like face this pandemic to understand that there's not going to be another option. Like, yes, we could still possibly in the future do it, in person, but the best way to actually build a global business or expand your business is doing it virtually. But I didn't have the right mind. I didn't know exactly how to use. I'm still learning. I'm still learning all this stuff. But I noticed Facebook became very famous because I started seeing sponsors and started seeing ads, and most of them are videos. So Facebook became like the top platform, the mother platform for video marketing. Uh, After YouTube, YouTube is the king, obviously. But I started like digging into this, and I started learning concepts that I didn't learn at the beginning. So I wanted to start applying them. I was amped up, I was pumped up, and I saw there was big potential in the video marketing, but I didn't know how. So along the way, I've been learning these steps. I'm still learning the ropes, and now we found different trainers who teach specifically social media, like Ray Higdon with the Rank Makers. I noticed the company started shifting more, shifting a little bit more. Can you hear me? Am I breaking up?
No, I can hear you right.
Okay. So I
Yeah.
noticed the company started shifting more to social media and to Facebook, Facebook or Instagram, doing videos, live videos. So I said, there's probably something in here. So for the last 2 years, I started digging into a little bit more. I paid, I bought trainings. I paid, in groups and masterminds to learn more because I know that there's definitely potential within the video market and all this stuff happening. I want to welcome Dr. Rosanna Holt, who just hopped on also, and welcome here, Rockstar. So I noticed there was a trend, but I didn't have direction. I remember coming back from Atlanta, the convention in Atlanta, and yeah, I was. Believe it or not, a lot of people don't believe it, but I'm a little borderline introvert. I'm a little shy when it comes to like exposing myself, but my nerves get me to a point where I want to do this. So as imperfectly as I can, I'm gonna do it. I started recording videos and I would upload them to Facebook. And little I went by that until I felt more comfortable hitting that live button, which was, it still is. Believe it or not, I still sweat. I get nervous. Sometimes I sit in front of the phone for about 10 minutes before I even hit that live, just thinking about how to get started. So I did see, I saw a trend. I saw a trend coming, and I noticed it keeps evolving, it keeps growing, and it's not going to stop. It's not going to stop. I mean, virtual learning, virtual teaching, virtual business, all this stuff is just adding. Sadly, we had to experience this pandemic and all that to understand this was the way, but we found a way to kind of like adapt and do it fast, do it pretty fast. So we know now that this is the way. So yeah, I saw a trend coming, but I was clueless. I didn't know how to do it. And I thought I was doing it just by exposing, or hey, I would go out there and show my product or so. I did it a lot. And that's wrong marketing, because people are seeking for value. People searching online on Google, everything. Most of the stuff that people are looking for is how to, blah, 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 how to this. So when it comes to marketing, you want to know about how to do it right and exposing yourself, how to brand yourself, not the product or company, so people can come seek you for what you provide in the market. Um, Make sense?
I like that. I like that. Yeah. Yeah. I I took a couple of notes here. Took a couple of notes here because sometimes we learn a lot of stuff that they teach us on Facebook, right? Like these are things that are Facebook based, that are based for that, but we could use it in regular text messaging. We could use it in just regular business building. It doesn't necessarily need to be for Facebook, because the business is the business, and it's the same thing. However you put it, just Facebook is just a platform that I don't even use it as much, but you use to have your audience, right? To reach out to the audience, right? But for some of us that are not at that level, I take things from persons like yourself, from Ray Higdon, and I apply them not so much in Facebook, but I use them certain lines that I list, that I pick up on certain people that say certain things, and I write them down, and I use them when I talk to people. And I like that stuff. I like that stuff. I guess eventually someday I'll press the like button.
Man, I am so craving that day because I want that. I honestly know, and something you might not notice, but I don't know if they told you before, but and not because you're my upline and sponsor direct, but you are so duplicatable because your natural way of being. You're being you, kind of like shyish and stuff. That's what people can relate more. You see, me, I am a little harder to duplicate because I use my nerves to get pumped up. So I get nervous and I get pumped up and excited, and I'm out there, and I want to go all out. Sometimes I'll be like a little funny, I'll make people laugh, and many times I've heard people in my downline and distributors in my downline say, "I can't do what you do," and I'm like, "Yes, you can," but they don't see it. You see, on the contrary, you like they see you like as a shy person, or somebody who's in a way is introvert. People say, "I can do that," but like I mentioned at the beginning, believe it or not, I am borderline introvert. It's just I push myself to not feel like I'm pressured. I don't want to feel like, okay, I don't want people to notice me that I'm so nervous. I get stuck and I freeze. So I start spitting out. I start letting it go. But yes, we're still learning a lot. I mean, we know as time goes by, we're going to have to get more aggressive on marketing. We're going to have to get more aggressive. And like you said, everything works exactly on also the same on text and all that. Why? Because like I was speaking to a spa owner, and in Edgewater. He has a big spa right there, and the guy's cool. The guy's pretty cool. The place is big, but the foundations of any business are the same. So I asked him, "Hey, if you don't mind, what do you do to build this huge business you got? I'm interested because I'm in the business world and I wanna grow." He said, "Well, it takes hard work. You need to have the foundations. You need to promote yourself. You need to get your name out there, and you need to market. Marketing is what brings you sales." I was like, boom, I heard that. I didn't tell them, but I'm like, I've heard that before. Marketing is what pushes sales. And the guy just touched it, he doesn't even know that what I'm talking about network marketing. I'm just saying I started a business, a normal conversation. We were in Edgewater, and I went out there because I wanted to promote the Aqua line, the skincare line. And
Yeah.
I'm with my wife. It took me half hour to just get out the car and figure out what the heck am I gonna tell this guy. Luckily, the guy was there that day, and I was able to talk to him. But I was nervous, like you have no clue. I'm like, should I open the door? At first, I just opened the door. I said, "Hi." I closed the door and I stood right outside. Like people are looking at me like, what is wrong with this guy? Does he want some help? And then I just said,
Uh-huh.
the heck with it. I opened it, said, "Hey, good afternoon." I presented myself. My name is Omar Bedamar, and I'm actually in this area, doing a little bit of networking. And are you the owner? I asked her. She was a receptionist. She looks, Hispanic girl. It's like, no, but he's actually here today. Is there something you need to tell him? Like, yeah, I would like to speak to him. And she called him. So I'm there, like, oh my God, here he comes. What am I gonna say? What the heck did
Hmm.
I get myself into? But we had a good conversation. He walked me around. I was just asking questions. A lot of spas are not giving facials, so that's a plus if anybody wants to take notes on that. a lot of spas are not allowing facials.
Oh, they're
So
not.
yeah, because of all the
Wow.
stuff that the pandemic. So that is a plus for us because we can walk into a spa, and you know, one of the things I told them, I had to like squeeze my courage really hard to say, well, actually, you know, one of the things we do is we help businesses like you bring more customers, or even have their existing customers come even more frequent and often by creating a virtual experience. I didn't go into details, and I said, "Oh my God!" I literally ran out of there and started writing everything down just so I won't forget. I'm like, "Oh my!" I don't even know if that's gonna come out the same again. But we, you know, I told him about that. I said I'm starting a business as well, but here's what we do, and my intention is to help people like you guys. And now in the reopening, be able to have, you know, more people just coming through that door. And I started asking them, so hey, if you don't mind, let me ask you, you know, how did you do this? You know, how did you build such a great business? It's not just big, but it's successful. You have, you know, your brand. It looks really nice. He's like, and he told me, it's like, well, you know, every business has its foundation, and every foundation is the same. You got to get known. You get your name out there. You have to do marketing and build a plan. He said you need to have a goal with a plan. So his goal was to have at least 10 different rooms for massages and stuff. They got around 15. So he grew, but he started, you know, small as well. And he just used a lot the term of marketing. Marketing is crucial. I'm like, man, this guy just added so much wisdom to me. I left that place like, and I said, hey, I'll be stopping by soon. God, who knows? I might come here, you know, and just get a little treatment, spoil myself into it. And he was laughing, great guy. And let's see, you know, building relationships first off, and then I'm just gonna go in there and offer whatever we got. So let's see how that works.
Nice. Sweet, 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 sweet. Well, listen, man. Hey, we got something out of this, man. I was not gonna let you get off the hook without having to say something here, man. But there's no way we're gonna have Omar on a Zoom call and not get something, squeeze something out of him, man. And we really appreciate your time, Omar. Well, I'm sure me and you will be catching up and doing a lot more work together. We appreciate Claudia and Rosanna Hall. It looks like she's from New Hampshire, so that's funny because
Yeah.
I was over there. I was just over there not long ago. Beautiful state. I loved it. Loved the state. Um, so I don't know if she can hear me or not, but I have to tell her that I climbed Mount Washington. I don't know if she did that or not, but I went to her state and I climbed Mount Washington. That was a beautiful experience.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
amazing. Well,
yeah, yeah.
Rosanna Hall is a doctor actually. She's a GI,
Oh,
gastro,
nice.
and
Awesome.
we're working on actually doing an interview with her where we're going to talk about gut health and the importance of the
Awesome.
connection of gut health with your immune system and even your mental function. So we still haven't broke it down like we have it. We just spoke about it recently, but we're going to bring it soon to Facebook Live actually, where you were mentioning. So let's see. Hopefully that works out great.
Sounds good. Sounds good, man. Well, hopefully we'll get to do this again, Omar. Definitely.
Right. I appreciate everybody's time. I truly treasure it, and hopefully you found some value in the little bit that I wasn't expecting to bring. But amen, and thank you for the questions. I think it's a more than a business and growth. I think it's a journey of self discovery, and it's a continuous learning process. So I'm still I'm still your student. I'm still gonna keep learning from you a lot. And thank you, man. Thank you for always, you know, being there, for believing in me, for not letting me go, for seeing my ups and downs, and seeing my in my darkest places and still pulling me out. And come on, you got this. I remember you telling me, bro, you've been through hell and back, and you're gonna be good, you know. And here we are. So thank you, man. Thank you for believing in me and for never letting me go. True,
Nah,
true,
never.
true treasure that.
Never, brother, never. I always say, you learn a couple things from me, I learn a couple things from you, and And that's the beautiful thing about this business, you know. We learn from each other and we help each other grow. And with that being said, man, I'd like to say good night to the other leaders that were here are here. And I don't say good night to you, Omar, because we'll talk again, man.
All right,
Absolutely.
so good night, everyone. Thank you for hopping on. I can, thank you for your time also, and let's just keep going. Things are gonna keep happening, and hopefully we'll have some times where we won't fit in a virtual meeting. Oh, we were left out. We exceeded the amount. So these are
Yeah.
experiences we're gonna take, and we're gonna grow together, right? So God bless everyone. Have a great night, and I'll see you over the top.
Yes, sir. God bless you.
Take
Good
care,
night.
man.
Bye bye.
Bye. Good night.
Good night, Claudia. Good night, Rosanna.
Good night. Bye.